name is Roberto Soto, and for assignment number 3, I've decided to interview Stacey Soto, who is a teacher at Framingham Public Schools. Hello, Stacey, and welcome.
Thank you.
I appreciate you taking the time to for this interview. Stacey, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do? What is your role at the Framingham Public School?
Sure. I'm a second grade teacher. I've been in Framingham for 17 years. I have taught kindergarten, first grade, and second grade, and all within the same building. And that's about it.
Stacey, tell us a little bit about how are children using the web today?
Well, in school, we have limited access to the web for children. I teach a young grade, so second graders aren't able, nor should they be able, to just go on the websites whenever they feel like it or wherever they want to, because there's plenty of things where they type in, innocent words and they get not so innocent websites. So you have to be very strict about that. Also, the school systems provide filters so they don't allow things such as YouTube to be used, even if it can be used educationally. It's not allowed to be used within the classroom. So they block on a lot of websites that they can't use. The internet is used primarily for research, but very, very, very teacher-directed research, because children in second grade can't usually read what's on a website page. It's usually dense and too much for them. Also, they get overwhelmed by the media. They want to click on things, they want to move it, they want to do it themselves. So we tend to use websites that we find that are good for practicing math facts, practicing math ideas, math concepts, for enhancing any type of content area of work we do. We study Australian animals, and we use enchantedlearning.com, which is very child-friendly, and the children can research their animal. We also use it for practicing MCAS skills and practicing grammar and things like that. And we use them within computer labs mostly when we have the computer time, and which is once a week, half an hour a week per child. However, we do have it in our classrooms for the teachers to use for our own research as well as email.
Stacey, you have been in Framingham for about 18 years. What significant changes have you noticed over the years, from the days where the web was not even part of the curriculum till today, where everything is on the web? Can you tell us a little bit about some of the changes that you have seen over the years?
The biggest change is that everything is easier. Everything's right at your fingertips. You don't have to go down to the library as much. Children don't go to the library as much when there's research involved, unless we put on rules such as you have to use at least one book and one magazine and then one website. It's very easy to find solutions, or for us, when we're planning, if we're planning on doing a unit on something such as nouns, we can just type it in, and then we can find unlimited resources for good uses of nouns and papers and ideas. And so it's made it much easier to teach, as well as much easier for the children to find things that they need to find.
Stacey, one of the roles of teachers is communication. But you don't just communicate with the students, you also communicate with the parents. How are you using the internet? How is that changing your life today?
Well, that's a good thing you should ask, because I am in charge of the Hemingway School website, which we put up all information regarding PTO events, upcoming events, MCAS events, school celebrations, anything that we want the parental community out there to know about, and we update it daily. We also have, each classroom has a part of the website, a link on the website, so teachers post weekly newsletters, we post up homework, we post up any special projects that go on. We're not allowed, we do not put pictures of the children up, we're not allowed to use their names either. However, we can put up work that they did and things like that, and it just brings the classroom into the house, so parents who work, such as myself, who can't be there for my own kids, that I can still see what's going on and what they're doing. And we also use it because it's a great resource, so much easier for us to contact the parents through email, because we're teaching all day, we don't have access to a phone all day. However, some teachers can get in trouble by putting on too much personal, confidential information in an email to a parent about their child, which you're not allowed to do.
Interesting. Interesting. Is that by law?
I'm not sure. It should be by law. It's common sense.
Children today use the web very extensively. Can you give us some example of how are kids using the web to do their homework, to interact with other children? Are they using email?
I don't find second graders using email because I hate to write still. It can motivate some of them to do a little more writing by typing and using a computer. The problem we have with the internet for homework is we do project-based homework a lot, where one example is we have to study a country of our heritage, and the children are responsible for doing the poster at home. They do the work, the writing in school. And a lot of times we do make a rule that says you cannot print and paste, which means you can't find something about, say I'm doing, Ireland, I can't find an article about Ireland, print it and paste it onto my poster as mine. It's one form of plagiarism that I never dealt with when I was a kid because, you just couldn't copy out of a book, but now they can just print and paste. So we have to be very careful because many times children come in with work, and it's easier for the parents to allow the children to use the website because then it's done and they don't have to go through it so much. However, the kids have no idea what it says. And when you read it, you know that they never read it. They just found the name Ireland and they printed it and they pasted it. So that can happen very easily. As well as what can happen is if we're researching a country that we don't have a lot of books on or materials, there are plenty of parents that are responsible and help the children go through websites appropriately, read it to them, and help them gather the information that they need. So it can be either way. It tends to be in the negative way though a lot.
So the internet in many ways are, yes, negative for what I gather. What are some of the websites you typically see most children using, and which one do you like and which one you have some problems with?
We use Google Images a lot, not only for the children if they're doing projects, but also for ourselves for making up papers or adding those little graphics to things. Those really and also making visuals for children in second grade is very key to learning. And so when you have visuals at your fingertips, anytime, any way, anything you need, that's very, very, very beneficial. Again, we don't allow the children to go on Google Images without us, and we preview it first because sometimes you get things that aren't supposed to be there. Children mostly like to use the web at school, and then again, this is second grade, so they're not tremendously literate enough to read everything that's there or have the attention span for it. However, it does enhance their math skills tremendously, because a computer is extremely motivating for them to practice their math skills, and there's so many math websites and so many math places they can go that we have on our website a spot called Recommended Websites where parents can click in, and there's websites that we all use within the computer lab throughout the grades and recommended ones from other schools in the town. And the children are familiar with them because we use them in school so they can go home and do it at home, and it just helps them enhance their skills.
Based on your knowledge on the web, what do you feel is the proper role of the internet for education today?
I can only speak for early education, but for early education, the proper role is an assistant, not a teacher.
Well, thank you, Stacey, for joining me for this mini video and interview. I appreciate you taking the time, and look forward to seeing you on YouTube. Thanks.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching.